What's up, guys? It's Chad here. Reviews coming to my campsite today. I've been getting a few messages from you guys asking how I set up all of my water connections and what filters and regulators I use. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I use. Here is my setup, okay? So, just a little bit of housekeeping. I'm just gonna go over the stuff, okay? This is my black tank flush port, okay? This is my city water connection port. Obviously this is the fresh water. And over here is the water from the campsite. Okay, the only thing that actually belongs to the campsite is this little 90-degree elbow right here, okay? Now, I do this every time I go to a campground for more than a couple days. I have a 90-degree splitter that goes onto two separate hoses, okay? I don't wanna have to disconnect my main hose to hook up the black water flush hose. I want to be able to run them simultaneously or cut one off and cut one on depending on what I need. Okay, so we're gonna go to the city water connection first. I always run a pressure regulator, okay? Now, what's awesome on this is I can regulate the max pressure that comes out. Currently, I'm staying at a KOA campground in Pennsylvania. I have never ever had high pressures at KOA campgrounds. So this is cranked pretty much all the way up and I'm still only at about 30 PSI, which is pretty on the low side. All right, so downstream from that, I always run one of these Camco water filters. Sorry, it's on the other side here. If I spin it, it's probably gonna loosen up right here. But these are great. It's like the Taste Pure, and I've used these for years and trust them. All right, coming down here, you can use whatever kind of hose you want. I've always had a 25-foot hose for my fresh water. Never had to have a longer hose than 25 feet. Obviously, this is much shorter, so I have it coiled up, but this is a KOA 25-foot marine RV drinking water hose. So you can buy a cheap hose like this to use for your drinking water, but I don't. These are obviously BPA free, etc. And then the final touch is I run a 90-degree elbow off of the actual RV. This right here is not the best. I only hook this up right before I do a flush. I don't leave this hooked in here all the time. But here, obviously the water's hooked up all the time, and this one has a PSI gauge on it. So obviously I'm in the low, and this right here just doesn't put that much pressure on this connector to have the 90-degree. All right, so obviously running the other way, this is just my black water flush hose. This is a El Cheapo, again, 25-foot hose that I use specifically and only for my black water flush. Okay, again, this is the black water flush. Right before I'm about to leave, I do the whole thing. I obviously flush it, and I back flush the black tank, and I only use this hose, okay? You never want to use your drinking water hose to flush the black tank, so don't interchange them. Something specifically I do, the blue hose only for clean water, and this only ever goes in my 5-gallon bucket that says clean. I call it the poop hose. It always goes in this one. It doesn't have anything on it. I should put dirty, but it only ever goes in this one. The clean stuff only ever goes in this one. All right, that's it. Well, that's it. That's how I like to hook up all of my water connections. Different people do it different ways. That's how I found it works best for me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll certainly get to answer those as quick as I can. Please follow and like my channel and video. We have much more camper and campground related content on its way. Thank you guys. Safe travels. Bye.